Hello again guys, and welcome back to another Zatu Games unboxing with me Tom from the Honest Meeple. Today, with Halloween on the horizon, we're going to look at something very dark, very mysterious, and quite frankly horrific. I am going to unbox with you Abomination, the Heir of Frankenstein. As you've probably guessed, Abomination, the Heir of Frankenstein has you at its core building a very, very nasty monster. The game itself is actually set 20 years after the events of Victor Frankenstein and his evil monster, and sees you in 1819 in Paris. You have been tasked with constructing an evil monster that's very similar to Frankenstein's monster, and it is up to you to hunt Paris for body parts, both those that are fresh and those that are perhaps a bit perishable, putting them together and bringing your creation to life. So this is a game by Plaid Hat Games. The creators are very famous for Dead of Winter. Now, for those who perhaps unfamiliar with this game, it does have a very dark theme, so kind of a viewer's warning there. This is quite a dark themed game. As it says here, the gothic strategy game of monster building. So Paris 1819, in secret workshops scattered around the city, stacks of bloodless extremities and human organs fuel a nightmarish contest. A creature that should not exist drives a group of immoral scientists to build it an unspeakable companion. And elsewhere, a grizzled old sea captain clutches the grip of his pistol. He has come to honour his promise made to a dying Victor Frankenstein, and he prays for courage. Taking place after the events in Mary Shelley's classic novel, Abomination, the Heir of Frankenstein is a game of competitive monster creation. Race to construct a viable living being to satisfy the mad obsession of your benefactor. Research the newest scientific findings, charge your Leyden jars, and scavenge the local cemeteries for the raw materials needed to perfect your craft. Bribe, steal, exhume, and murder your way to victory, for the creature is always watching, and it does not tolerate failure. I said that far too cheerily, I feel. But this is the back of the box. This does, to me, look like a fantastic homage to the original novel. But yeah, let's crack in and see what is inside. As you're probably aware now, this is currently available on our website, so if you like what you see, you can go on there and take a peek. So the first thing, as per usual, we have our rulebook. As you can see, exactly the same artwork from the front. And we've obviously gone through here. So yeah, the year is now 1819, and it's set in Paris. The hour of my resolution is past, and the period of your power is arrived. Your threats cannot move me to do an act of wickedness, but they confirm me in a determination of not creating you a companion in vice. Shall I, in cool blood, set loose upon the earth a daemon whose delight is in death and wretchedness? Begone! I am firm, and your words will only exasperate my rage. Mary Shelley Frankenstein. So that's actually from the novel. As you can see, you've got all the components there. Your lovely little creature that you're going to be building. Very much flesh and blood right there. One-page game setup. This is kind of this game that, in terms of the mechanics, is very much a worker placement. You'll be going around Paris, collecting bodies, as I mentioned, of varying freshness, dependent on where you go, and then using those pieces to build your monster. So you've got attributes throughout the game, locations. So really, kind of the rules. That's the round order, and that's pretty much the rules there. You then have the kind of the locations in detail that explain what they do, some tips, and then you've also got encounter cards that you'll be coming across with all the details in there. Credits, end of game story, which you're not going to read, and then just a quick reference guide, which you always like to see on the back. It also tells you how to assemble the attribute dial on the player boards. Nice rulebook. This is kind of on the heavier end of Euro games. However, it's by the looks of the rulebook, it's not as heavy as I was expecting, which is nice to see. We have a letter here, and while I want to read through it, I feel that's kind of spoilers. I will just do a nice little credit pan for those that perhaps want to read it, so you can pause it there. But I will save that for those who want to get the game. But essentially, it's once again, it's adding to this theme. If you have read any reviews kind of about Abomination, the theme is spot on. The artwork, the story, it all just cranks up. 10 out of 10. And I'm getting that simply from going through these small bits at the moment. So these are the player boards. This is your dark and dingy dungeon, your operating table where you're going to be creating your monster. So as you can see, you've got the various actions that you can take. Different areas. These are basically your blood banks, your body parts, your attribute dials. So you have 3 attributes that you're constantly kind of managing throughout the game. You've got humanity, reputation, and expertise. And yeah, there's your operating table with the I can't remember what they call them now. Damn. But the jars that you basically fill with electricity, and Zap Frankenstein to wake Zap Frankenstein's monster. Sorry, to wake him up. I don't want to get that wrong. That's like calling Link in Zelda, calling him Zelda. It's just not done. Just because it's the title doesn't mean they're the title character. So these are the tokens that you're going to have throughout the game, and of course the nice and juicy different looking body parts. This is really weird because my camera is now focusing on the heads, so it's caught them as faces, which is always nice to see. But as you can see, there'll be differing arrays of kind of decomposition. If you're squeamish, I should have probably told you to look away already. But yeah, look away now. But yeah, I can imagine, yeah, lovely to punch. You're going to get that with Plaid Hat. Lovely jubbly. There should be, I believe, there's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so there's three sheets. There's more body parts than the other one, and then you've got all of the tokens here, power tokens. Don't know what those are. But then you've also got the coins and the electricity there. So those are the 3 sheets of punchable tokens. And now we move on to the map. The map of Paris. So this is where you're going to be placing your workers throughout the game. Move that there. And we're going to zoom out a little bit so we can see. There we go. So you can see this is the map of Paris. You've got the Saint Roch Market, Cemetery. I should really stop the French accent. Public Square, Hospital, Morgue, Academy, Slaughterhouse, Park Alley, Docks, and around here you're going to be doing lots of different things. Now, as I mentioned, there is a very dark theme in this, and I think it's the fact that there are different ways to obviously obtain the body parts. Now, obviously, you can go to the cemetery and exhume a body, but perhaps if you didn't want to dig and use all your energy and wanted fresh body parts, you could go to Park Alley and murder. Yes, the theme is incredibly dark, but if you like dark themes, especially with Halloween coming up, this is going to be ideal for you. As you can see quickly on the board as well, there is a round track. A score track, sorry, check what score you are on. And finally, we get on to the components in the game. So we have the workers that you're going to be placing. You have mini workers in the back, and then you have big workers. Not entirely sure on the difference, but obviously you'll be using these throughout the game. You've got, oh my god, he's giant. Look at him. You would not want to come across him in a dark alley. So those are the meeples. You then have the cubes that you'll be using throughout the game to resemble the body parts of the blood that you're getting. So you've got the orange, red, brown and purple. One thing that was mentioned, and I do somewhat agree, having looked at the boards, the contrast between the purple and the brown, not the actual cubes, but when the parts of the game talk about, they show the purple and the brown, it's quite hard to distinguish. But yeah, as I say, until I actually play the game, I can't make a proper judgment on that. But they're the plastic cubes. We then have we have some nice custom dice. Custom dice. So you'll be rolling these basically to provide electricity to your monster. Is that? Oh, that's a shame. I don't think that's meant to have done that. Never mind. But yes, these are essentially your way of you'll roll these, and dependent on the outcome is whether you actually zap your monster correctly or you actually end up damaging it. Interestingly, I believe the lightning bolts are the bad ones. If you get those, you're actually kind of literally burning pieces off your monster, and it's going to make your life that little bit harder. So yeah, you'll also be able to add these on as you increase your attributes throughout the game. So nice to see those there. Pop those down on there. Oh, more cubes, white ones this time. Then have a little baggie of dial nubs. Obviously they'll be used for the attribute dials. And then we get on to the cards. So we can have a look at this lovely artwork. Get to focus properly. So yeah, these are the cards. I'm guessing these are the bodies that you're going to be nicking from, because they look to be in coffins. Oh my god. Yeah, again, look away now if you're not a fan, or if you're squeamish. So obviously they're in different stages of decomposition. Well, decomposition has already happened on this one. I'm guessing you're just going to be getting bone from that. So I'm guessing that's from the cemetery. I'm going to hazard a guess at these being from the hospital. Maybe? Oh my god. Dear Lord. Okay, yeah, this is this is definitely a PG rating right now. Okay, so yeah, I'm guessing these are all from the different areas. I'm gonna. Oh, geez. Wow. Yep, dark theme indeed. I'm guessing these are from their murder. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. So this is very much a warning now. If you are squeamish or if you have young children, get them to look away now, because these are very graphic. I will just show a few of them. Look, it's not letting me focus because it knows how horrendous it is. But these are the murder cards. Wow. Okay. You've had your warning. You've seen them. And then there's obviously different actions you can take. Oh! And then these are going to be your characters. Okay, so next up we have another set of cards which we will open up. These are, I'm going to guess they're slightly they're obviously larger cards, so I'm going to guess these add a bit of story and theme. They do indeed, because these are the event cards. So that's going to tell you various things happening throughout the rounds during the game and add that little bit more to the story, which is nice to see. You've got encounters as well with different people, so that's going to be interesting, adding to that story, backstory, and to the theme. So those are those cards, and then finally, more dial nubs, as you can see there. There we go. You can see those. Not much to see from there, and then finally we have. I'm guessing these are reference cards? Yes. So that's how to start a monster part, how to complete a monster part. So as you can see, you'll need a certain attribute. I don't know what the brain is, I'm guessing knowledge. I don't have much knowledge at this moment in time. It's going to be expertise, that's what they call it. So expertise needs to be at 10 if you want to start a head monster part. And then completing it, you need 18. So that's nice to have with you. As you can see, the differences between the brown and the purple there, it's slightly difficult to kind of distinguish, but not the end of the world. And then finally, a key, and then a round order there as well. And that is everything in Abomination, the Heir of Frankenstein. I hope you have enjoyed this very horrific unboxing. Apologies to those if you were kind of taken aback by some of the illustrations. As I did warn you, it is a very kind of dark theme, as you would expect from a game surrounded around the Frankenstein universe, let's say. However, by the looks of it, Plaid Hat Games and Dan Blanchett have done a fantastic job in maintaining that theme throughout the game. If you want to find out more, please do look out for my review, which will be up shortly once I've had a chance to play this game. Please do also check out our other videos. There's a whole treasure trove of content that you can scroll through and find something that takes your fancy. If you've already liked what you've seen in this box and want to purchase it, it is of course available on zatu.co.uk. If you want a cheeky discount, use, as always, Honest Meeple 5 at the checkout to get 5% off your next order. And that leaves me to say thank you very much for watching, and as always guys, I will see you all next time.